All right, Ricky and Tiki, you guys are both pros. Tell me who you think is going to win the Super Bowl and why. That's the key. Why and how.
You know,
Here's some trash talk.
It's hard for me to root against the San Francisco 49ers because I think that they have the better chance of winning. But I have to because Ricky is sitting there with that 49ers hat on. He's claiming them even though he played in Philadelphia and in Seattle. But Ray Rice is my guy. I've known Ray since he was in high school. And this Baltimore Ravens offense can pound anybody like it's nobody's business. And that opens up Joe Flacco. He's going to throw the ball down the field. He's taken himself to an elite nature as a quarterback with Anquan Bolden and Torrey Smith. I mean, I want to root for the 49ers, but I got to say Baltimore, Ricky. I'm sorry, brother.
All right.
Well, I'm sorry to say there, Tiki, but there's no way that's going to happen. It all sounds good, though. It really sounds good until they get on the football field and they see how strong this team is. I think that the 49ers have been the best team for the last 2 years. Not just last year. I mean, not just this year, but even last year. They got tripped up a little bit, and I was at that game, and y'all cheated us. The Giants cheated us.
Hey, Ricky, because Kyle Williams can't hold on to a punt, that's not our fault. That's your fault. That's self-imposed destruction.
We shouldn't have came down to that. It really shouldn't have. We should have just we had y'all on the ropes. We let you off the ropes. Y'all have a great team, though, so I really can't argue with them Giants too much right now, except for the 5 touchdowns I had against y'all, back in the day.
Hey, man, I was in college. Hey, get off me on that one, Rick. I was in college. I want to know what y'all are doing with Ray Lewis this weekend.
Yeah, Ray Lewis, very great player. He's going to be on his back a whole lot. Our offensive line is very strong. As you know, we have a great running back, too, and Frank Gore. And so we're going to take it right to him. And also, Kaepernick. What are you going to do about Kaepernick? I think you have to really worry about that guy. You don't know what he's going to do.
I want to agree with you, but what happens when he gets hit in the mouth? Terrell Suggs comes off the edge. He doesn't fall for that read option junk and hits him right in the mouth. Then what's he going to do?
Only thing about that is it hasn't happened yet. So it has to be a reason why that hasn't happened. He played against a lot of good defenses already. The guy is so quick. He's good at reading. He's great in the pocket. He's wise beyond his years. I love the guy. He was in the worst position. I mean, to put him in that position to come in like that in the middle of the season, take over for a quarterback who was getting it done, and to even raise the team that much farther and that much higher, awesome talent. The whole team is rallying around that guy. I think they have a great chance to win this game, and I think they are going to win the game. Same way they did Atlanta. They wore them down. They came out fired up at first. Atlanta, they was all pumped up. Yeah, they throwing the ball around, all things that you said that Baltimore will do. But then all of a sudden reality set in, and they saw that the stronger team, the best team in the country right now is the San Francisco 49ers.
Hey, Ricky, how many rushing yards did you have in your career?
I don't know, 10,000 or something like that.
How many? Over 10,000? You got 11?
Yep.
I think you might be real close to me. I'm 10,449.
Well, actually, we are because we're both pretty daggone good.
I like that. You are. Yeah, I finally agreed on something. We did it both ways too. We didn't just run the ball. We had to catch the ball. We had to do it all, man.
And blocker. Tell them we never came off the field. That's the every down back. That's what we were back in the day.
Right. That's why I like Ray Rice, by the way. That's why I like Ray Rice. He never comes off the field.
Tough. I can't even argue with that. I love him too. I really do. I love both of these teams because they both have strong defenses. They both are strong in the trenches. They got strong quarterback play, obviously. And like you said, the running backs are just great. And the defenses are just fantastic. So, I mean, it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to come down to the last minute or so. And I just think that we're going to pull it out at the end.
It's old school to me. That's why I'm going to love watching this Super Bowl as opposed to some of the other ones that get pass happy. Because it's who has the best defense, who has the best run game, who's going to hit the hardest, who's going to be the most aggressive. And both of these teams, that's their strength. They got good defenses, they got good running games, and they're aggressive as hell. I mean, that's what you want to see in football. I mean, some of the guys who wanted to see Peyton Manning and Drew Brees types and the Tom Brady's, that's the new age stuff. I'm old school, even though I'm new school. You know what I mean?
Yep. I'm old school and old school, so.
Tiki, I gotta ask you though. People say, even Ravens fans I know, that they don't trust Flacco in this kind of situation. Like as the pressure builds and it's this big, they don't trust Flacco. So what do you say to that?
Well, it's not going to be on him. We've all started this past week to talk about Joe Flacco being an elite quarterback and he's going to throw the ball downfield. But even going back 12 years ago when they beat us in Super Bowl 35, this Ravens team is run first. There was Jamal Lewis back then. People forgot about him. But now it's Ray Rice. They got a pro.
Oh, it froze up. Well, I think that he's right though. Follow up on what he was saying because I think the team that handles the ball, first of all, turnovers are always big. So you have to take care of the ball. So we know that both of these running backs take care of the ball. So I expect that. But the quarterbacks have to take care of the ball as well. And I think time of possession is going to be big. Whoever can keep the other team sitting on that sideline and kind of wear down that defense, I think that's what's going to happen. I think that we're going to stay out there in the field most of the game. Their defense is going to get so tired, and big subs and all those guys that can run so fast, they're going to start running a little bit slower, and they're going to start catching those blocks instead of running into them, and then we're going to start wearing them down, and then we're going to start partying and having a good time.
I don't think you need a Super Bowl win to party in New Orleans, though. That's the only thing. Here's another thing that we haven't talked about yet that we should think about. The Super Bowl is an emotional game, and we know that your coach, Ricky, Jim Harbaugh, that Harbaugh is emotional as hell, and sometimes can get out of control. I think John has the advantage actually because he's very calm and intense in a calm way.
But
definitely sees the people in calm.
But speaking of emotion, you also have the whole Ray Lewis situation, So there's that. I mean, he's a pro, so maybe psychologically it doesn't affect him. But I'd ask you guys, right? You both know what that's like. So if you have bad news or something difficult that you're dealing with, how does that affect your game? Especially when it came out 5 days beforehand, which I think is a coincidence.
Right.
Not.
Right. I was just about to say you have to think about the timing of that first of all, why they would do that. But at the same time, definitely it's going to affect him. I don't care what he says. I don't care what anybody else says. It's affecting him, and it's affecting his teammates too.
Well, you got to talk about it. I mean, instead of focusing on football and how great this moment is, you're talking about nonsense. And to be honest with you, it feels like a publicity stunt. For the company, this sports with alternatives to steroids, it feels more like a publicity stunt than anything real. And you even have it, Erin. You have it. You have the IGF what? I mean, it's not like
player, man. So I can put whatever I want on my back. Just saying.
We know Erin Sharoni is enhancing her performance now.
All right, now, so we have to hear about it. Shoot, is it really going to help us? Man, I got a whole lot of ailments over here and injuries that can.
Listen, I'm a proponent of natural products, and it's natural, and I've been using it for a long time. So, and I don't have to pee in a cup and answer to anyone. So that's a whole other story.
Good point. Very good point.
It is a bunch of nonsense, really, but it does affect him. I'm sure it's affecting him. I know he's a professional. He's going to go out there and he's going to do his thing, but it has to take a little bit out of him. Just another reason why we're going to be celebrating.
I think if anybody can look past it, it's him. Because think about this week for him. Forget the week. Think about this month for him. He announces he's retiring. They go on this great run. And then, he thinks that he's going to be revered and talked about, but the only thing everybody starts talking about is his legacy, his off-the-field legacy, really, going back to 1999 with that double murder down in Atlanta and how we view him. Like, people in Baltimore, they love him and they revere him. His teammates love him and they revere him. But across the country and maybe even across the world, people want to talk about Ray Lewis the person as opposed to Ray Lewis the football player. And so that's one distraction. And then you throw on this deer antler stuff, which is a completely different distraction. I mean, he hasn't probably thought about football all week. The real question is going to be what happens tonight and tomorrow night when he has to really start honing in on how to beat the San Francisco 49ers.
Right. And that's when he's going to start having nightmares about Kaepernick keeping that ball coming around that end. And somebody get him. You know, they're going to be like, we cover everybody. Everybody's covered. All of a sudden, this little skinny mug going to start running. It's really important.
I tell you what, he's not skinny though. You saw him in that, I forget what article it was, with his shirt off. That man is jacked for a quarterback. He looks like a linebacker.
But it's funny because he looks slim in his uniform.
Yeah, you're right.
But that away from you because he's fast too. But the
yeah,
thing that I think makes him
has some long strides.
He's like,
two different styles we're going to see. Definitely two different styles because obviously the Falcons, the Ravens are a drop back, a play action pass team where the 49ers, they do everything, right? Because Cap can drop back and throw the ball too. I don't know if you saw some of the dimes he threw in the NFC Championship game to Davis and whatnot, but also they have this run game and they have the dual run game because Michael James, that man is a burner. And then Frank Gore, he's not as fast as he used to be, but he's shifty. And, with those three options coming out of the backfield, it's going to be tough to deal with. But I give experience to the Ravens, and in this game, Ricky, you played this game. If you got experience and you don't get intimidated by the stage, it's a big deal for you.
That's why I think it's going to be a close game. But don't forget about Vernon Davis, though. Who's going to stick that guy? Going to stick Crabtree. We got a lot of people that y'all have to worry about trying to stick.
That's true. That's true.
Look, the best wide receiver ever or something like that. I mean, I get 2 catches in the game, but he said he
I can't wait to see who wins, just so I can hear the two of you go back and forth after. And I'm not making any predictions. But while we can argue over who's a better football player, I don't know that you can actually prove who's a better trash talker or who knows more about the game, right? I mean, that remains to be seen, which is why I think Jeff has something to say. Or Jeff is that way.
Ricky, I'm just wondering if you were talking this much before the Notre Dame-Alabama game.
Yeah. After the second
we know how that one turned out. And look, that's the beauty of why we're here. It's for SnapCall Sports. It's to get in the game. It's to actually legitimately prove who has more knowledge about football. We can sit here and say that we know everything. Obviously, you guys have been in those huddles. You've been in those meetings. You've been in those film breakdowns. You know the inside of the game. But the question is, when the game's actually going on, can you get inside the Harbaugh brothers' heads and tell us what's going to happen next? That's the point of this game. You can sit there with your friends. You can sit there with former players. You can sit there with whoever you want. All you need right now is an iPhone. And I'm going to be doing the game for SnapCall Sports, asking questions that people can answer and can prove who actually does know the most. And we're going to do a little bit. We're going to do a little preview here. Now, I'm not going to say what the first play is going to be of the game, how far the kick return is going to be, whether Kaepernick's going to throw for 300 and rush for 100. I don't know any of that stuff yet. What I do know is what has happened in past Super Bowls. I want to know if you guys know what's happened as well. Now, both of you are running backs, so we're going to start off with a question about running. Everybody knows Timmy Smith has the most yards in a Super Bowl for a running back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Question is, who has the second most yards?
Marcus Allen.
Was it John Riggins,
Franco
Harris, Marcus Allen, or Emmitt Smith?
Marcus Allen. I'm saying Marcus Allen.
I would definitely have to say Marcus Allen.
Now look at you two. You guys know your running backs. 191 yards in Super Bowl 18, 38-9 victory. Raiders ran all over the place. Now that was an easy
you guys. I don't know if people out there are listening, but go look at the YouTube video on that run because that's one of the great runs in Super Bowl history. That change of direction, change of field, and right up the gut. I mean, that's what you dream about.
That was cool. Yeah. That made me want to get up there and do the same thing with that number 32 man. You know, that's my boy with number 32.
I'll still take Bo Jackson over Marcus in Tecmo Bowl, though. If we're playing games, if we're doing that, Bo's the man. No one beats Bo in Tecmo Bowl.
You talk about all around, not even close. You know, like me and Tiki, catch the ball, run the ball, block, do the whole thing.
Exactly. Never leaves the field.
Yeah, Marcus was the guy we grew up watching too, and that's the thing. He was sort of the standard bearer for that multi-purpose back.
Right. He was one of the first.
Definitely. And I would like to, you know what? I would like to do this, especially if I'm sitting there talking with somebody who's as knowledgeable as Tiki is and understands what's going on. It's fun. I can see this catching on and people really having fun with this.
Absolutely, because there's a lot of ins and outs of the game that you think you know, but you don't really know.
And everybody,
and this is going to test you guys if you really know it. We're talking about catching passes. The record for catches in a Super Bowl is 11. 4 guys have caught 11 passes in a Super Bowl. I'm going to name 3 of them here. I want you to tell me the guy who did not catch 11 passes in a Super Bowl.
Okay.
Jerry Rice, Donald Driver, Dan Ross, or Deion Branch?
I'm going to say Deion Branch.
I think that's what I'm going to say, too.
I'm wrong. You guys are losing points. I'm ahead of you in the score right now. It was actually Donald Driver. He only 1 Super Bowl, and he caught only 2 passes in that Super Bowl back in 2010.
Nice.
I never thought that.
I didn't know Deion Branch. I guess he's played in so many. There's many opportunities for him to catch 11 balls.
Yeah, Deion Branch in Super Bowl 39 against Philadelphia caught 11 balls. Dan Ross, Super Bowl 16, and of course Jerry Rice. Seemed like Jerry Rice caught 11 balls in every Super Bowl.
He caught 11 balls in every game he played in.
Best receiver of all time, Jerry Rice, Randy Moss.
The best.
I mean, it's not even close, is it?
The best receiver of all time. You heard earlier in the week, Randy Moss said that he was the best receiver that's ever played the game. He's claiming the GOAT status, the greatest of all time. But you got to argue that one. Jerry Rice was the man. He did it all across the middle. Possession guy, down the field guy. He did it all. Randy Moss may be the greatest deep threat of all time, but you can't say you're the greatest of all time as a wide receiver. Jerry Rice takes that one, no doubt about it.
He definitely is one of the most talented to ever play. But when you talk about Jerry Rice, you're talking about a consummate pro. You're talking about a guy that everything he did was to be the best. And it reverberated throughout the whole locker room. Everybody was trying to be like Jerry Rice. We all wanted to work like Jerry Rice. We all want to work as hard as Jerry Rice. He's there for a reason, and he deserves to be there. That guy is a consummate pro.
You know what? You bring up a good point. You bring up a good point, Ricky, because he worked so hard, he made other people great. Right? Randy Moss didn't make anybody else great. He was great himself by natural talent, but he didn't make other people great. Jerry Rice made everyone around him better. That's kind of how Ray Lewis is, to be honest with you.
Yep, he is. I would put him in that category too.
Part of the beauty of SnapCall, guys, is we can have this discussion inside the app. You can talk back and forth with your friends, with your coworkers, with your mom, with your dad, whoever is on it. You answer these questions, you get points, and then you talk trash back and forth. We've seen you guys doing it well. I'm not sure who was the winner in the trash talk today. Erin, you're the boss here. I'm going to let you decide that, but tune in on Sunday, SnapCall Sports. You can get the app at SnapCallSports.com. Download it from the iTunes store. I will be there, and I know a lot of other people will be enjoying it.
Yes, indeed. As for the winner, we'll have to wait to see who actually wins the Super Bowl.
I know. And I just hope I'm not feeling like I was after that Notre Dame game.
I just hope for a good game. I'm not aligned to either one. I just hope for a good game. I do not want a BCS championship game for the Super Bowl this year because that was bad.
Not. At the concert last night, Lacey was there, right? So I took a picture with him. I tweeted it out. I said, "Hey, if you can't beat them, join them." I said, "That's right. That's me and hanging out, watching Lil Wayne." He looked like a beast too. He was in his clothes. He was like just ripped.
Oh man, he got muscles on top of muscles.
Man, I can see why jumped out the way too, trying to tackle that.
You're right.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you right before the game.
Yep.